What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the TRUF Life Podcast. I'm the host, Tyren Johnson. Today we're on episode 68. And today's topic, we're talking about having an end goal. Having an end goal is so important, man, because I myself have done so much things in life where I just got going. I truly believe in the process of getting started, right? But for me, I got started for a long time because I never had an end goal in place. I didn't really know what I was working towards. I just know that I was working. And this may be good, but it's also, at some point, you also have to start putting in place things so that you can actually start accomplishing some goals. So when I started that, everything started to change for me. And that's what I wanted to talk about today is that you can work hard, but I also want you to work smart, right? One of my main things, one of my main problems, one of my main issues I had in life was that I never was organized. I never had organizational skills until I met my wife. And she started teaching me how to organize my life and how to organize my workflow and how to start doing things. And I started getting things done way more efficiently, way more high quality. It was a game changer for me. And then I started really realizing that, I can do I can do this. I can be a basketball player and still be a business owner. Whenever I have my hours blocked out, when I have a certain amount of focus for this particular task, I can do this stuff. So once I learned that, I started working smart instead of working hard. Because I was just working hard for years, man. And I was making great money. I was making great money outside of basketball, which I like to touch on a little bit more because basketball, it's my job, and I can kind of control that. But what I didn't know how to do so well was make money outside of basketball. I knew how to make a little bit, but then I started scaling it. And when I started working smart instead of hard, that's when everything changed. Now, the hard work was still there, but now you're working hard and you're working towards an end goal. Now I'm saying, okay, if I got 10 logos to do in the month of July, let me go ahead and spread it out. Let me do two a week, or let me do 3, 4 a week, I want to say, instead of trying to do 5 a day. Because my thing was pump them out, pump them out, pump them out. If people are coming to me because they want their logo done, keep pumping them out so that I can get the most money. I was charging anywhere from $250 to $5,000 for a logo or a website or a flyer. I wasn't charging that amount for flyers and sometimes for websites, but I was charging for graphic design. And graphic design, you make a lot of money, but it takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of hours. And I was just pump them out, practice, pump them out, sleep. Barely got any sleep. I barely got any sleep. The quality of my life was terrible. I'm talking about ridiculous. I didn't have a good relationship with females. I didn't have a good relationship with my homeboys, my family members, my teammates. I was always isolated because I was behind a computer putting in work all day, every day. And I was making a bunch of money. But like I say, whenever you make a bunch of money and you have alienated yourself from everyone that you love, that money don't mean anything. You're going to get to the top of the mountain and realize that you're at the top of the mountain by yourself. It's a miserable life. It's a miserable life. And that reality used to hit me when I would go to Paris on a weekend. I would stay in these 5-star hotels thinking I'm doing it and realizing that I'm in these hotels by myself, no one to share these experiences with. Even in Paris, I didn't really even have no one to reach out to because I had alienated myself from everyone. And I was just like hustling. And which brings me to my next point is that this hustle culture is not sustainable. I was the MVP of the league. I won a championship that year, and I was hustling like crazy. I didn't have no life. Either I was in a gym or I was behind a computer fulfilling orders. And like I said, it helped me. I started making more money with basketball. I was making money through my other businesses, but that was not sustainable. My quality of life was not good because I was working so hard, because I was unorganized, because I had no structure within my life. I just was going on go. When I came to Blue Eye, I came to Blue Eye with $200 to my name. And I was like, I'm never going to be broke again in life. So I was going all day. I was going on 100. But I wanted to talk about this hustle culture because you meet entrepreneurs and you meet friends and families and they see you being successful and they want to do the same thing. And they start talking about hustle, 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 hustle. And then you get to see that they don't understand that that hustle culture is not sustainable. And then they have kids, they have spouses. I'm like, whenever you're in hustle mode like that, do you understand that your kids are being are being you're not spending time with your kids? That relationship is being drowned. You're not spending time with your husband. That relationship is being drowned. Or you're not spending time with your wife. That relationship is being drowned because you're married to your work. That's not how life is supposed to be. We should never be married to our work. Our work should only be accompany us to live the lifestyle that we want. But I understand. Now I understand. Sometimes there's periods in your life where you got to take 2-3 years and you got to go ghost. As a man, I don't know about as a woman because I think I have a different view about women and working. But as a man, sometimes you have to go 2-3 years and lock in. I went 5 years of just locking in, just ghosting everyone. I had about 5 friends. I kind of still only have those 5 friends today. But me and my boy Nick Isabella talk about this all the time where, he's about to get into his new business and he's like, yo, I'm about to go on the road for about 6-7 months. He's on his grind. He's on his grind to get to where he want to get, and then he gonna scale, leverage out. That's what you do. You don't want to live like that forever. You want to get to a point where you locking in, building yourself up, and then eventually start delegating everything so that you can live a life. What are you working hard for? Just to say that you're working hard? No, you're working hard for freedom. You're not working hard for money. You're working hard for the ability to say that you can do whatever you want, whenever you want, with whoever you want. That's what you're working hard for. This hustle culture about, I'm working hard. I'm in the gym. I'm getting up all these shots. Yeah. But now you don't got no energy for practice. I've seen guys work out before the game in a sweat that was like they played 2 basketball games. Then the game start and they have no energy. No energy. I've seen guys come out and put on a show in pregame, working on their hips. They're getting their stability right. They're ball handling. They're shooting. These guys have no energy come game time because they've worked so hard before the game. When you are working, when you are playing the game, you're playing for the game. You're not playing for the pregame. So that's what I mean by just working hard with no end goal, right? So quick advertisement, TyrenJohnson.com. Go check out the site. TRUF Life merch on there. Make them pay cap on there. My online training, this podcast, blogs, just everything dealing with me. I'm dropping all my knowledge. Sign up to the newsletter. Get emails from me so that you guys can dive deeper into my brain. Like I said, man, this podcast is about me giving everything that I possibly can, giving back, just giving value. You guys can chat with me, reach out to me. Best way to reach out to me is on Instagram, Tyren Johnson. That's the best way to get in touch with me because on Twitter and Facebook, it's kind of difficult. But Instagram, I'm pretty consistent, right? So, yeah, man, check out that site, man, TyrenJohnson.com. It's my website. Got a lot of information on there. So, back to the podcast. You got to ask yourself, what does your perfect day look like? Ask yourself whenever you retire. If you had all the money in the world, let's say money don't exist. Let's say that we don't need money. We live in a world where, you got everything that you want. What does your day look like? Go from Sunday to Saturday. Jot down every hour what you would be doing if you had everything that you possibly can have. You wanted a jet, you can get it. You wanted a mansion, you can get it. If you wanted a shack and a pond, you can get it. If you wanted your own personal gym, you can get it. Like, name everything that you possibly can want. Name everything that you want to do and put it down in your perfect week. Once you do that, everything that you do from that moment forward has to revolve on creating that life. Your plan, everything that you're planning has to revolve around creating that perfect week. Because that's the most important thing. And you want to get to that as fast as possible. So don't be indecisive about this, because being indecisive wastes a lot of time. Not knowing what you want in life wastes a lot of time. Know what you want so that you can go and attack what you want. You got to go and get it by any means necessary. So to go and get it, you got to jot it down and be very clear and distinct about the things that you want so that you can go out and get it by any means necessary. You can start doing the things today, especially if you're an athlete. You're an athlete, you work, you do your job, you take 8-10 hours a week and work on your life after sports so that you can have that perfect week. If you're working at a job, you work those 6-8 hours a week after you get off. You're 9 to 11, from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock. Work on what you need to do to get out of the business that you're doing. Use that business to pay your mortgage and pay your car note and pay your bills, whatever the case may be. But use that other bread to create that perfect week. Once you get that perfect week, man, I'm telling you, your end goal becomes way more clearer because you know where you're going. Once you know where the end, I got a quote. When you know the end, you can begin. Once you know where you want to go, all you got to do is row. that's whack, but but on a real note, on a serious note, once you know where you're going, all you just go. It's like you got the Google Maps. Type in the destination, there's routes. Sometimes there's alternative routes. Sometimes there's toll roads. Sometimes there's objects in the road. Go through all of that. Figure it out. It's way more worth it to figure it out and find that perfect week than to get successful and you don't like your weeks. Imagine working hard for 20 years and you hate what you're doing for a living. That ain't the wave. I'm going to tell you right now, getting successful at a job that you hate is not the wave. Figure out what you really love to do, what you're passionate about. Create a week around that. Then create a framework around that and go out and get it, because that's when you're going to live a truth life. That's how you make them pay. That's all I got, man. Thank you guys for listening. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. Please like this video and share it with your friends. The same if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Leave a review, leave a comment, share this with your friends. Subscribe to the podcast. Besides this, I said check out TyrenJohnson.com if you can. It'll really help me out. Also, leave comments on YouTube. Give me some feedback, something you guys want to hear or something you guys don't agree with, something you guys want to teach me. Let me know. But until then, every day, make them pay so that you can live a truth life for the rest of your life. I'm out, baby.